So, one of the craziest things I've learned recently is that money does not equal freedom. And that was a bit heartbreaking because for a very long time, financial freedom, or at least freedom, is something people have marketed to us all over the internet, saying if you have more money, you have more freedom. And that is really a lie. You see, I have never met a wealthy person or an accomplished person who has all the time in the world. The vast majority of wealthy and successful people are very busy. The only thing they have is financial freedom to go and buy whatever it is they want. But even the time to enjoy some of the things that they have bought is not there, because in order for you to maintain wealth, you have to consistently work at it. You have to consistently carry out business deals. You have to improve your business. You have to improve yourself. You have to improve your mental state. You have to improve your team. There is a lot of work that goes into keeping wealth. Okay, I think there's more work that goes into keeping wealth than there is that goes into actually building the wealth itself. So, for you to say, for someone to come and tell you that, hey, look, if you become rich, you'll become free, that's a lie. That's a big lie. So, if genuine freedom is something that you're aiming for, then you have to take into consideration that you might actually have to chase less money in order to achieve more freedom, because there is a very fine line between what you want and what you think it's going to give you. And so, how do you actually attain freedom plus money? That is very difficult. Ideally, the best way to do that is through passive income. But we've seen in history that passive income is almost a myth and that it is very difficult to attain. But if you are lucky enough to do attain some sources of passive income, congratulations. And there are very few industries in which you can actually have wealth and time. And in order to actually succeed in those industries, it's very, very difficult. You have to sacrifice a lot of time to actually get to the point whereby you have a free afternoon every other day to go and play golf. So, the idea that more money equals more time, that's a myth. Because you have to understand the mechanism that you used to attain that money, and the fact that you have to spend a lot of time taking care of that mechanism and taking care of that machine that consistently generates for you that cash. And so, if you think that by attaining more money, you are attaining more freedom, that's a lie. That's a big lie, because with more money come more expectations from the people around you, more demands from the people around you, and on top of that, you have a lot more things to be worried about. Because if you are a guy and you only have one asset, or you only have one piece of property, and that property is your house, and you live in that house, you are constantly taking care of that house. But if you have 25 properties across the world, you have to worry about all of those properties. You have to worry about them being broken into. You have to worry about them being protected. You have to worry about somebody trying to steal them. You constantly have to protect all of these properties. I have a cousin brother who is quite wealthy, and he has a lot of prime land. And every single year, he spends millions protecting this land. He spends millions trying to prevent people from stealing this land from him under dubious circumstances. He tries to prevent conmen trying to sell his land to unsuspecting victims. And the thing is, when these conmen succeed in selling this land to these unsuspecting victims, he has to deal with those victims. And he ends up in a situation where sometimes he has to pay people off in order for them to leave him alone. There are situations where people start cases, start fraudulent activities around him to try and squeeze money out of him. And so the idea that the more you have, the freer you are, that's a myth. It's the funniest thing about it is that the people who have the least are the people with the highest amount of freedom, because they have the lowest number of things to be worried about. And so the more you have, the more you have to worry. The less you have, the less you actually have to worry about. And so the next time you are pursuing wealth, understand this, that it is not going to give you the level of freedom that you want. It will give you the level of financial freedom that you want. It will give you the amount of options that you want. But the freedom in itself is a myth. And until you come to accept that, you are going to feel robbed the day you become rich. So if you're enjoying the content and you're enjoying the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and always do not forget to leave a comment. I'd really want to hear your opinion on some of these videos, and it will help me find a direction as to what type of content you might want me to do next.